pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Mr. Secretary, roll call, please.
Trustee Amato.
Here.
Trustee Rizzo.
Here.
Trustee Van Savage.
Here.
Trustee Santiago.
Here.
Trustee Mosca.
Here.
Trustee Dash.
Here.
Trustee Holzer.
Here.
Trustee Donato.
Yes.
Trustee Rizzo 2 here. And Trustee Shattuck.
Here. Passage of the prior meeting's minutes, everybody should have received those.
I'd like to make a motion to pass the prior meeting's minutes.
Second. Alan? Oh, I'm sorry. Thank you. We have a second? Okay. Any discussion on the minutes? Seeing there's no discussion, all in favor of passage, say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion passes. Okay. I'd like to welcome everybody back. It's been a long summer, busy summer, a lot of things going on. Just the building itself, we've taken a couple of steps with the help of Michael Peters. We got a dumpster, got rid of a ton of stuff in this building. It just didn't have to stay here anymore.
20 cubic yards.
That's a lot of stuff.
Wow, that was a lot of stuff.
It is. You don't think it's that much until you
That's a
fill
lot.
up the dumpster. Had the place cleaned yesterday, had some plumbing work done, so we're just trying to, deferred maintenance. It was time to catch up. Over the summer, we had a meeting, had meetings with the SCI, with the Labor Department, and also charities and registrations. The Labor Department had no issues with us at all. Charities and registrations had some concerns, and rightly so, that our tax returns were late in being filed. And we're working to get a business manager to help us streamline our operation. So a good thing came out of that.
Trustee Boyle's here.
We're good at law enforcement, but admittedly need to ensure the business side of the SPCA runs just as smoothly. The SCI looked under every rock and quite frankly found no illegality, no corruption, no stealing, no fraud, no nothing. We didn't expect them to, but they're not going to whitewash a report and say, oh, everything's fine at the SPCA. That's not how they operate. They had to find something, so they started cherry picking and looking for small nuances and things that are absolutely outside the realm of what you do to a volunteer organization. It just didn't made no sense to me. But they focused on the fact that we bought T-shirts from a board member. Not illegal, not improper. They focused on the fact I drove the SPCA vehicle to work occasionally. I explained I could drive my car 50 miles from my house to headquarters. Or I could drive my car 17 miles to work and do the same exact work that I do at headquarters, computer work, phone work, and then it wouldn't be a problem. But, the fact that I drove it, used my own Easy Pass to cross the bridge, so it doesn't cost the SPCA anything. That's the kind of stuff they were looking at, to try to bury us. All this for no pay, again, not illegal, not improper. Those are the things they focused on. They have nothing else to focus on. They're going to publish their report soon. We were given an opportunity to respond to those sections of the report where our names appeared, and we did so. The sad thing is that we've got a rat among us. I hate to put it any other way, but we've got somebody among us who went to them with information that was proprietary, that only somebody on the inside would know about. Screenshots of our CCRS, specific case numbers, things to look at.
Trustee Stanton's here.
So it's unfortunate, a disgruntled member who probably thinks their actions are not only disruptive but disheartening. But I hate to tell you, whoever you are, and you will be found out at some point, you failed miserably, because that just made us want to dig our heels in deeper and come out stronger on the other side. So we're more determined than ever to keep moving forward and making this SPCA the best that it can be. So whoever thought that they were hurting us really only hurt the animals, because money had to be diverted to an attorney to come represent us at the SCI. That money could have been used to fight animal cruelty, and it can't be now, so hope you're proud of yourself. Okay. Treasurer's report, Joe Bierman, are you here?
Yes.
Did Matt give you a copy? Okay.
I gave Matt a copy.
Okay.
This is a copy of the operations checks cut between 6/1/2017 and 8/31/2017 that Matt asked me to supply to the board. You can either take them and pass them around. If anybody has any questions after you review it, you can either send it to Steve Shatkin or to my attention, and we'll answer your questions. The financial end of things remains the same. You still have about $250,000 in the operations funding account. So no major changes there since your last meeting.
Okay.
And that's about it.
I don't know if you have any questions. In the future, I'm going to make sure that Matt gets this out to everybody, obviously, prior to the meeting, so that you can look through it. And unfortunately, he had to travel for this meeting, but his workload has changed, where he's not doing the traveling that he used to, but a few people would just let go, so he was forced into another trip. So if you have any questions, you can email him directly. Does anybody have any questions right now?
I have a question about the bill, not the bill directly, but is this still in the plan to move to a digital system for the radios for the state police, that perhaps maybe we can decrease this bill at some point, or no?
Decrease. You're still gonna be on the system.
Okay, maybe because it'd be more digital and you don't have so many radios, because weren't we paying per handheld radio?
Not
So-
for handheld, it's for handheld and mobile unit.
Oh, okay.
And actually, it ended up being less this year for some reason.
Oh.
I don't know why that took place, but we were done with that bill probably in May.
Rick Falcone, communications director, cut down some of the radios that weren't being used. You pay, I don't know, $30 per radio. It's not, the state police system doesn't care what kind of radio you put it, local, HT, but it's roughly $30 a radio, so $8,000, $7,000 a year to rent the system.
They were going to roll out using cell phones as well at some
Yeah,
point.
that's
I don't know
what
if
I'm
they,
saying.
It's not there,
not yet.
it's not ready.
I don't know what the cost is going to be when it does come out.
I don't think it's gonna be drastic.
It's gonna be per license.
It's gonna be licensed.
It's gonna be per
Television,
per license, and
But we retired that relatively early, I don't know why. I spoke directly with the person from the state police, who might have even had a $500 credit.
I think they reduced,
I think they reduced the amount.
we get the bill in January. Rick Falcone was able to cut some of the radios down, so we were still paying off the bill in January.
Right.
So when they do the recap in November, we may have gotten credit.
Okay. Anything else? That's it. Okay. Let's move on to the law enforcement report.
I'm busy, so I got a lot to cover. Okay, we've had a really busy summer, and fortunately the weather was pretty mild. But the number of calls didn't decrease. Since the June meeting, we have had 1,100 calls. 500 are still open, about 600 have been closed out. We issued 101 summons sets, and 67 of those are still pending. We completed the HELO Phase 2 class at the end of July, and we had a great success rate. I think there was only one person that was not able to get through it, and that was somebody who was brand new. Summer promotions, Mario Reno to lieutenant of Zone B, Mike Capano to officer in Zone B, and Brett Feynman to investigator in Zone C. Congratulations, Brett. I got a couple of really nice notes about Michelle Grafchi from a couple of people in the public, and just letting everyone know that how grateful and appreciative this particular person was. They reported an animal cruelty neglect situation to her when she was visiting her family in New Jersey back in June. Michelle was polite, took immediate action, to investigate the situation of 2 dogs, and just did a really great job. And then I got a second one about a completely different case. So our people are doing some good work out there, and it's nice when the public will spend the time to recognize us, especially her. Michelle gets letters. We get letters about her all the time. All right, I've got 2 major items to discuss. We are currently in the midst of reviewing CCRS. So the first part of this report, Michael Peters is going to do.
Actually, Frank, I have that under old business and new business, if you want to hold.
I can hold it, Steve, whatever you want to do. Then I'll just go to my other item and I'll pick the
Yeah.
CCRS piece up later. Okay.
Yeah.
I had asked Sergeant Donato to investigate getting some tough book computers. We are moving into a situation where we've got more access to some of the state record systems, and we have to have secure, mounted, lock-mounted items for communication in the vehicle. In order to do that, we need to have at least one. I'd like to have 2 units, and again, these will be locked in vehicles. We went out and got state contract pricing on these, and it's for 2 CF31 Panasonic Tough Books. And this is a full system where we will be doing all of our regular work on there, as well as being able to access some of the state CGIS systems. And it's a pretty important element, because over the summer, we were able to have access to we have a VPN within the building, and that allows us access to information in terms of the people that we're dealing with, and I think that this is something that I'd like the board to consider. The proposal is for $10,500. It's a lot of money. So it's not anything more than consideration at this time.
Chief,
Go ahead.
that's everything. Bring the car there, drop the car off, pick the car up. Everything's installed, locked in, wired.
And work.
We don't have to do anything, and it's working when we pull out of there.
That includes the bracket and the
That's everything.
the swivel?
That's everything. So, we're going to have some other items that we're going to discuss tonight, but this is something that I want consideration on, because as we move forward, this is where we're heading. We've got some older tough book units. We're trying to get those converted to work on whatever new system we're going to be using, and those are not going to have all of these capabilities, but they'll have some of them. This is going to be a little bit more advanced, so it's about $10,500.
What vehicles are they going, like supervisor vehicles?
Yeah,
Makes sense.
because those are the people that are on the road.
Right, that makes sense.
We'll be going in both of our Tahoes.
Yeah.
So, okay, so we'll get to the other part on CCRS 2.0 later.
Is that it for law enforcement?
Yeah, that's